Guys, it's happening. Over 7.5 years into the game's lifespan, and Sardegna is finally getting their first UR event. Italy's a weird one to predict for. They're not a naval superpower like the British, Americans or Japanese, nor did they have big ambitions regardless of their abilities to deliver on them like the Germans or the Soviets. They generally stayed within their means, producing solid but not insane designs. And their early surrender means there's no crazy late war stuff either. But let's give it the old college try anyway. Let me start off by saying this. A carrier is completely out of the question. Not just because the previous two UR events were headlined by one, but because there's nothing to base it on. Unless they just make something up, it ain't happening. The only real steal option for the Italians is a Capitani Romani class destroyer. We already have a parent game at SR, but these things were purpose built as counters to the French large destroyers, including the Mogador class, to the point that they're often considered cruisers. The only reasons they got down tiered in the first place were to give Sardegna a gold destroyer without dipping into paper, and because there were supposed to be 12 of these things. These seem a pretty obvious choice, but something holds them back in my eyes. 3 of the 4 most recent Destroyer Ultra Rares have been event shops of double features. The other one was a retrofit. And that makes me think the developers aren't confident that the DD will sell. This is the February slot, remember. It's probably just going to be the one banner you are. The realm of paper is where most of their options lie, like the UP-41 battleship. UP-41 itself was a derivative of this design sold to the Soviets, but it's the most common name, so just bear with it, okay? It's basically an Italian pseudo-Iowa that was designed and tinkered with throughout the mid to late 1930s, but Italy was never all that enthusiastic about it over building more Littorios. General characteristics speak of a larger Littorio upscaled for 406mm 50 caliber guns, with an upgraded top speed of 32 knots, twin versions of the 90mm AA guns, and a reworked protection scheme, featuring a single plate of varying, but usually greater, thickness, instead of the multi-layered uniform plates of Littorio, and a more conventional torpedo defense system. On a related note, Marco Polo, who was somewhat based on that design. Maybe she could get an upgrade. She's still in a coma and seemingly under the Hierophant's influence, but the next event being about trying to wake her and bring her back into the fold is certainly a possibility. It would, however, be a little weird to have the headliner UR play such a small role in her event. Sure, there may be ways to circumvent that, like with Yorktown and Amagi, but I'm not sure if circumstances permit. Also, can they even do that with a research ship? They're technically collab ships, would re-releasing them outside of it with an upgrade run into legal trouble? There's also some more obscure stuff too, like the fast and well protected Super Washington cruisers that the Ansaldo Design Bureau was drawing up for Spain, or the large cruiser-esque small battleships of the 1935 Marikominov study. Wouldn't be the first time they put a battleship or battle cruiser into a large cruiser role. Plus a few crazy battle wagons like the 16-gun Ferrati G series or Cassione's monster of a battle cruiser. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting for Sardegna UR. Is it just me, or is it rather strange that they're calling the call to arms the Sardegnian League instead of Sardegna Empire? I wonder if that'll have any relevance. Normally I'd save the more obscure stuff for a more exhaustive look into something rather than predictions, but they've also just slapped us with a Grossflugzeug Kreuzer, so they get a passing mention at the end now. I'm personally leaning more towards the UP-41 battleship myself. Sardegna just got Napoli in the recent PR wave, and I wouldn't be surprised if the final Zara sister shows up soon too, giving them a solid vanguard. Their backline, while nothing to scoff at by any means, lacks the real heavy hitters that most factions have been getting thanks to their URs. But what do you think? Let me know, and until next time, fair winds and following seas.